Why was Beyoncé ignored at the 2024 CMA Awards? There's a recent event that has raised some questions in people's minds. As you know, many artists were awarded at the 2024 CMA Awards, but more than the winners, there's one artist being talked about for being snubbed. At the center of the controversy is none other than Beyoncé, who's known by many and has a huge fan base. How is it possible that Queen Bey, despite producing one of the biggest country albums of the year and topping the music charts, was completely ignored? Looking back at Beyoncé's widely praised work this year, her Cowboy Carter album and the hit single Texas Hold'em took the world by storm. What were your thoughts when you heard about this? Imagine doing all that and not receiving a single award. Speaking for myself, I feel like there's something shady going on behind the scenes. In today's video, we'll explore why Beyoncé didn't get any nominations despite her massive musical success, while Morgan Wallen and Post Malone stole the spotlight, and we'll take a look at CMA's history. Let's talk a little more about Beyoncé's achievements. Her country album Cowboy Carter held the top spot on Billboard's Top Country Albums chart for 4 consecutive weeks. And that's not all. Texas Hold'em stayed at #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart for a full 10 weeks. Is that it? No, there's more. These accomplishments weren't just limited to country music. A whopping 7 tracks from the Cowboy Carter album made it into the Billboard Country Top 10. So it wasn't just one hit. Almost every track on the album made a huge impact. Plus, she collaborated with legendary names like Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, Miley Cyrus, and Post Malone. And at the CMA Awards, no nominations. She made history as the first black female artist to achieve this in the music world. I was really shocked by Beyoncé being ignored, and for such a big artist to walk away empty-handed was totally unexpected. It was predicted that her Cowboy Carter album and Texas Hold'em single could earn her nominations in several categories. People thought she'd be a strong contender for Single of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, Female Vocalist of the Year, and Musical Event, but now it seems the CMA Awards had no such thoughts. Despite Beyoncé's big breakthrough, her absence from the awards might be tied to the deeply rooted tradition in country music. If we look back, this isn't something new for Beyoncé. Do you remember 2016? A similar event occurred at the CMA Awards then too. She performed Daddy Lessons with the Chicks, but it received harsh criticism from some country music listeners. The backlash was so strong that the CMA's official website removed the performance. This experience of feeling left out, which Beyoncé talked about during the release of Cowboy Carter, is directly connected to that event. Now let's talk about the night's biggest stars. Morgan Wallen absolutely dominated with 7 nominations. Wallen was the most nominated artist. Chris Stapleton and Cody Johnson weren't far behind, each scoring 5 nominations. One of the night's biggest surprises was Post Malone. His collaboration with Wallen on I Had Some Help earned 4 nominations. Interestingly, this was Post Malone's first venture into country music, making the number of nominations even more surprising. Post Malone and Wallen's duet received nominations for Song of the Year, Single of the Year, Musical Event, and Music Video categories. Wallen's other nominations included his duet with Eric Church, Man Made a Bar. He's also competing for Male Vocalist of the Year and Artist of the Year. So, Morgan Wallen and Post Malone are among the strongest contenders at this year's CMA Awards. Shaboozey also made his debut at the CMA Awards. As you know, he worked with Beyoncé on the Cowboy Carter album. His song, a bar song, Tipsy, was nominated for Best New Artist and Single of the Year. The song has stayed at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 8 weeks, making it the longest-running #1 song of the year. It's also been #1 on the country charts for 12 weeks. To sum up, the most unacceptable thing was Beyoncé being completely snubbed at the CMA Awards, especially when we consider that different voices should rise and be accepted in the music world. This is truly surprising. Another point worth noting is the rise of Morgan Wallen and Post Malone, bringing the diversity discussion back into focus at the awards. The absence of Beyoncé from one of the country's biggest awards ceremonies has certainly changed the conversation. Could this be a sign of the CMA Awards' resistance to change in the country music scene? Did this shock you as much as it shocked me? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I'll be here. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications as I wrap up the video. See you soon.